Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Dr. Stefania. Thank you so much for finding me here. Hope you're all having a beautiful day, beautiful week so far. This is going to be a weekly drop into the collective energy, the collective frequency that we are tapping into, catching those divine directives, those divine messages so that we can all jump into our highest timeline of success, happiness, joy, peace, love. And so it is. So I'm a spiritual teacher, intuitive medium artist. And if you'd like to drop in with this collective energy and just be at one as what is in the one is in the whole with the angels, let us just drop in, take a breath. Dear God, angels of the highest light, we ask for your presence in this reading today, that the messages, the divine directives for our highest and greatest good come forth, allowing us to release what no longer serves us, to step into our highest timeline of success, joy, happiness, offering and service to the collective, and so it is. And so it is, in the name of Jesus Christ. All right. You know, just as I was saying that, I was seeing now this is going to sound really obviously dark and Debbie Downerish, but I have to say what I just got, which is I saw an implosion of sorts, almost as if the earth was falling in on itself, and this sort of, it almost looks like a sinkhole, actually. It almost looks like a sinkhole. And this sinkhole, beneath the sinkhole is oil. It looks like oil. It's oil that's imploding beneath the earth and it's spreading. But then it dries up. There's some kind of drying up of this oil. And this message that I'm picking up is from Mother Earth herself, because we know that there's energy. We know there's energy in the divine feminine that is vibrating in the energy that is Mother Earth, right? The divine feminine. So this message is about, what we're seeing here on a global scale with the dependence on oil. In the long run, now, I could be 100 years from now, but this is a long game message, okay? Even though this is a weekly drop-in, I do feel that there's going to be, in the next coming years, a lot of energy, a lot of motivation, many people stepping forth to create more energy resource for the human evolution, the human collective. So there's going to be advancement, I feel, very strong advancement connected between the earth and the stars with the energy that we use. Because I actually really feel, and I know this, obviously it probably defies logic, but there's certain wisdom that can never be found in common logic. It can only be found in the cosmic mind of God. And that is that the oil, like Mother Earth could just dry the oil up kind of thing, okay? So there's something about that. I do feel this is a bigger, broader message actually in the long game around what's been going on in the current collective with the oil and the war and the gas and all that. I actually do feel that there's going to be an agreement found, okay? Because I just saw two parties shaking hands, okay? Now, this might not be, we might not see Trump fly over the ocean to shake somebody's hand, but there's something about that. I do feel there's some agreement that's being found within the next 4 weeks, okay? So I'm recording this towards the end of March. So we could, another month, another 4 to 6 weeks with this war over there in the Middle East, okay? By the way, I just was reminded, in my last video, there was a clip that I posted on social media. And in the clip, I was adjusting my hair. And I got a lot of hate for that. a lot of people were quite mean about me playing with my hair. And just so you know, when I'm in channeling mode and I'm looking off and I'm doing something like this, I'm in channeling mode. So I'm not aware that I'm doing that. Even though it might look like an aesthetic thing, it's not. It's me and the energy. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. So anybody that sends me hate, it's going right back to you, because what we give out, we shall receive, right? So this what I'm doing here is just offering, being the messenger, delivering my gifts as a channel of light, love, and light. And so, if you're not in that, if you're not seeking peace, you're not seeking love, harmony, then this channel is not the place for you. All right, so let's just keep moving forward and see what we're getting for the collective energy for this week. Now, when I'm dropping in a collective energy, I will I'm picking up on messages, right? I just got a vision of a woman. Now, this doesn't have to be gender specific, but it's definitely a woman, and she's sort of floating above the water. It looks like a vast ocean space, and the water is enveloping her completely. So she's completely and utterly encapsulated in this, it looks like a water bubble, like a water sphere. And I really feel strongly that I could be connecting in with strong water energy, but I could also I feel now like I'm connecting into Cancer season. So, as we move through this July, there's some significance with July, okay? And I feel like that's coming up around letting go of an emotional burden, and there's serenity and harmony. So if you've been going through hard times, there's a lot of an intense energy, I feel that message is about it. It's letting up. There's a let up in that intense energy around July. Okay. So I do feel like that's coming in for some of you there. Just take what resonates, and leave the rest. I also feel too that it's really important during this time, this month of April that we're moving into. So we just moved into Aries season. So I really get very strongly that it's so important that you practice your daily practice of what brings you peace, happiness, joy, what floats your boat kind of thing, because there's this energy of spontaneity that's coming into the universe, and I feel like it could be, I feel like there's unexpected things coming, okay, in terms of the energy. So, and I feel very strongly that the more you are relaxed in your field of awareness, and the more that you're just in the energy of grace, you're tapping into, because remember, everything with the universe is energy, right? And so we speak into the field what we call to us. And so I always say, and I'm obviously I'm human, so I have my own things that I go through, but I've learned this in my own practice, that the more that I'm in the energy of trust, walk by faith, not by sight, the energy of knowing that I am guided, protected, and safe, all my needs are abundantly met. This is for you as well. The more I operate in this frequency, the more things flow. And I do get that it's important for all of you at this time to remember to rest easy, get peaceful, don't binge on the news, like do things that make you feel joyful, whatever that is. It could be cooking, baking, painting, music, just being with friends, connecting at the frequency of laughter, because laughter, the power of laughter is more powerful than any cleansing crystal out there. The frequency of laughter will clear the room instantaneously and spontaneously. And that's the energy I'm picking up on. I feel like right now, life feels like it's a bit of a mystery, but I feel there's spontaneous popping energy that's coming up here in the month of April, May. Okay, so look out for that. And I feel it's going to be spontaneous events that come. And we know that the universe can hit us. It can, And I want you all to tap into that frequency of expectation that miracles are on the way, rather than doom and gloom. Oh my God, am I going to be okay? The world is ending. It's really, I'm getting this strong emphasis on be careful what you ask for, because ask and you shall receive. Okay, so that's a strong message coming in. Sorry, I have to hit the microphone with my hands. I get expressive. All right, it's so nice and quiet and beautiful today. I also get too, for some of you, there's something about a blue jay. I'm just getting a blue jay sign right now. So you could see or it could be a blue bird. And I feel like that when you see the blue bird, that could be a sign that something's about to land for you. Okay. Oh, it's like that bird's landing analogy, like you see a bird before something great happens. It's like that. It feels like that. Okay. So that could be a sign there. Yeah. And I'm just getting now I just saw this. I saw this. I know it's a funny message, but I just saw a smile in front of my mind's eye with someone with perfect teeth, like perfectly white, perfect teeth. It could be just a message to smile more, get happier. What is that? Let me just see what that is, because I don't know why I'm saying that. Hang on. It could be a message about if you're having work on your teeth done, that it's going to work out okay. And if you're worried about the work that you have to have on your teeth, there's something about the finances working out for that as well. Okay, so that's specifically to someone who's connecting in with just a tooth issue. Okay. It's also about speaking your truth. I feel for some of you, this is going to be a message around being authentically yourself, being authentically authentic, and you're really speaking the truth. And I feel like this energy that I'm feeling, like this spontaneous, universal, there's just a lot of vibrant it feels like a vibrant energy, even though I know in the collective on the news, you've watched the news, it feels like the world's falling apart. But I don't get that. I get that it's, there's this feeling of the universe supporting you. And I feel you're going to get signs around that. And that it's going to be easier for you to say what you need to say, I just got that itch in my eye again. I think that happened in the last collective reading. So there's an old wise tale that says, well, there's a couple things. When your eye does that, someone's thinking about you. But it could also be the evil eye. I actually feel it's the evil eye. But not to be doomy gloomy, I actually feel what this is. I mean, look, we're all here on social media. I'm here on social media, and you guys see me. I don't know who you are, and here we are. We're just We're interacting. So in the time of social media, there could be eyes on you, right? But in this case, I feel like it's sort of a double-edged sword. Be mindful. This could be a message. This is a message for someone specific, I feel, where don't worry about what people think. Like, you got to say what you got to say. Just say what you got to say. Be authentically you. There could be some jealousy and envy. I'll just say that. I feel like there might be some jealousy and envy the more that you rise up into your power, etc. There's something about potential jealousy and envy. We know that that's so real in the collective, jealousy and envy, right? There's also a message about defensiveness. Okay, so it could be that if you're speaking your truth and you're doing what you do, don't be surprised if you get some constructive criticism or feedback. and try to take that on in a positive way, because that will help you step into your next evolution into the realm, into the higher realm, the highest timeline. When I say highest timeline, I'm talking about, like, if I think of where I was in my life 10 years ago, 5 years ago, even 2 years ago, I'm in a different energy. I'm always looking to evolve and grow. And there's, and we can go through crises, we can go through hard times that help us, make us grow. And as humans, it's just how things go in the earth plane. It doesn't have to be that way, but it is, for the most part, right? When we go through something hard, but it helps us grow. It helps us become a better version of ourselves. And I feel like this energy, this spontaneous energy that I'm picking up on, could also be, a preparation for that, because it might not be skipping down the yellow brick road for everyone. I also feel in this spontaneous energy that's coming up, where I feel like life-changing events, fast, quick turns, and it's coming out of nowhere, and it just feels like, so for some of you, it could be what you perceive to be a heavy-duty challenge, but it's going to be good for you. So for some of you, it could be a move. Like, you could get news that, like, you have to move out of the blue, or, there's something like that. Like, it feels like something you don't expect could be happening, and you perceive it as like a negative thing, but actually it's going to be positive. And when you get to the other side of it, it's like, yeah, actually I'm better off now. It's like that. Okay. That's how I feel about that. Okay. Let me just go. There's something else here about this war. Not that I want to harp on that. There's something about the president. Now, I don't, I'm not a political, like, I don't want this to be about politics, but for some reason I'm getting something about, don't listen to what the president says every single day. Okay. There's something about that. There's going to be, it's, why am I getting that? Oh, that's funny. There's a lot of energy, a lot of influence on the words that come out of the President Trump's mouth, and energy, and it influences heavily the up and down in the collective, right? Um, it feels like this, and I know probably doesn't make sense. Again, don't send me hate. I'm just the messenger. This is not about left, right, nothing like that. I'm just, for some reason, I'm getting this message. There's something about the president says one thing, then he says the complete next thing. It's the opposite. Like, it's one thing and then another, and then all of a sudden, it's two big things. So it would be like, not like, the collective might consider, oh my God, yesterday he just said this and now he's saying this. And it's like heavy, big, not like little things. But when that happens towards the end of April, that's when there's an ending to the war, to the war. So I don't know. I wasn't expecting to get that, but there's something about that. And there is energy. I do feel too that, we are not alone in the universe, right? So, this is what I believe. I connect to energy that is beyond the realm of what we can see. And so in that, I do feel very strongly, as I'm connecting in with the energy, channeling the energy, I definitely feel there are energies that we cannot see that are eyeing, they've got their heavy eyeballs, etc., or what, on the energy of this unfoldment in the world right now. We're going to see an uptick, I feel, of people coming up, being born, evolving, who have, it's going to be more common. It's going to be more common and more well accepted in the future. People like me who can connect with spirit and channel and can communicate, it's going to be more common because those energies are on the scene to help the human evolution. Yeah, and I also feel too, we'll end the channeling part on a positive note. That, because I was getting an image of a lotus flower just now, and that the earth is just so magnificent, and we're so lucky to live in this beautiful planet, and it is our job as human beings to connect with our peace, our harmony, our soul, our spirit. Find what nurtures us, share that love, peace, and harmony so that we can be in that energy of the lotus flower and bring peace onto the world. And that ultimately I feel that more peace is at hand in the future, okay? So, and as I pick up the bottom of the deck, there's the death and transformation card. And I'm very drawn to this light here, the light at the end of the tunnel, the light after dark times. I feel like that just validates what I was picking up on there with that light at the end of the tunnel. That's really ultimately what I feel. Okay. Ooh. There's the Ace of Wands coming up. This tells us that, and I was just saying, we got to connect with that inner light, that inner source, that higher mind. And when we're connected to that, we are more intuitive, we're guided, and we step into the highest timeline. And part of what helps us get to our highest timeline is connecting with the energy and the frequency that is peace, that is joy, that is harmony. So doing those things that make us feel good. For me, I love to paint. I like to cook. I like to go out and be in nature, be with my dog, my cat. All right, Spirit, what do we need to let go of? What does the collective need to let go of? Heavy laden burdens. Ooh. Hang on. That Queen of Pentacles just flew out in reverse. Okay, she flew up upside down. So that means that there's, for some of you, an energy where you're feeling out of alignment with, you're not grounded. I feel very strongly, like the Queen of Pentacles is usually about money, right? Prosperity, money. So you could be out of alignment with your finances. But I also feel too with this card that it feels like an ungrounded energy. So you could be feeling very ungrounded. For some of you, it could connect to that Ace of Wands where you're all up in your head and you need to get more grounded. There's the Two of Wands underneath, which is all about building new stability, working to get to higher ground, building a dream, okay? So as we do that and we get out of our heads and we get more grounded, what can we look forward to? Thank you, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. I don't want this card to fly over on the floor. If you'd like to book a session with me, please feel free to click the link below. Please like, share, and subscribe. It really helps the channel. I'm really grateful and appreciate it so much. There's the Three of Pentacles. Work. So I feel like there's more work, paying attention to the details, and you're, connects with that Two of Wands. You're building a new dream, building a new journey, new beginning, okay? As you get more grounded. And there's the World, and the new cycle begins. And that really connects with the vision that I got earlier. It actually looks like what I saw, which is this woman was floating above the water and she was wrapped in this energy sphere, and it was just like a whole new cycle. So that connects to that message that I was picking up about letting go of a really heavy dark cycle and a new cycle coming up. And I was really connecting with that energy around July. Okay, so that really validates what I was picking up there and that vision that I got earlier in the reading. Okay, so I love that. Now let's just see. I love these old cards that I have, the angel deck. Let's just see what the angels have for us. Message of hope, inspiration, joy. Our highest and greatest good. See my flowers back there. One of my clients sent them to me. She was so sweet. Thank you so much. They're still doing great. Love flowers. Okay, messages from the angels. What do we need to hear? Blessings, miracles coming in for us. Angel message for your highest and greatest good. Here we go. Spiritual growth and listening. Haha. Yeah, I feel very, that's all about, there's retreat. Yeah, so this is about letting go, getting out of that head, getting out of your head, doing the things that make you feel happy and joyful, stepping away from the monotony of life, reconnecting with spirit, with source, that lotus flower energy, that peace, that meditation. It leads you to a new cycle and spiritual growth. And listen, because as you listen, you're going to hear what you need to hear to get connected, right? Whenever I drop in, I feel like I need to connect more, I have to get quiet. So let's just check in with our spirit animals and see what we need to hear. Oh, look, butterfly transformation. Transformation is beautiful, and that connects with the death and transformation card that I picked up. So rest assured, transformation is at hand. Retreat, let go, get out of your head, get grounded. New beginnings, and you signal your future with your energy. You are in the beginning. Look out for spontaneous events coming in. I feel that. Oh, look, there's and the bee is just under there. Sweet results await. Hey, I'll leave it at that. I'm wishing you so much love and light. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you soon. Namaste.